Well, thanks for joining. Honestly, I wasn't expecting anybody right now. So for those of you joining in right now, thank you so much. Uh, what's going on? How is your Sunday morning or afternoon or evening going? Um, if you can't tell, I am a little bit shiny. That is not makeup. That is just sweat, oil, grease, dirt, the usual. It is 12:30 a.m. and my ears are ringing. My body, that's not aching. I'm definitely tired. Um, and this is week 8. I forgot to put it on the thumbnail, but this is week 8 here in Tokyo. It has been exactly, no, not exactly 2 months. It's been roughly 2 months here, having moved. What's going on, Russ? Yes, 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 yes. Um, I think I don't know if it was you, but there may have been people who said, "Please say hi to Whiskey Dust, give them a high five, all that kind of stuff." What's going on, Alpha Omega? Beginning and the end. But I forgot to do that, so apologies to anybody who asked me. Otsukare-sama. I hope you're not eating more potatoes, French fries. Um, I am tired. Like my ears are really ringing. What's going on, David? My ears are ringing. I'm tired. Um, I was really debating. I was on the train with Richard Hogan, who went with me tonight to go see my third him as well. Are back to back to back. So 3 shows. Um, the day of May, Friday night at Zep Haneda. And then last night at Shibuya Cyclone, home of Doll Parts. And then they hosted and welcomed pork ginger. That's good. That's healthier. They welcomed Hades and Team Aya. And then tonight, Thundersnake, home of Whiskey Dust. But it was headed tonight by the really up and coming band, the Stereogang, who I got to actually interview today. So it was really cool. They're very sweet, definitely much younger than me and maybe a lot of us. But what's going? You know what? I totally forgot it was Mother's Day. Um, I think my mom's pretty pissed at me as it is for various reasons. So I don't know. Should I just let it be? I should contact her. I should call or something. Um, Sometime before Mother's Day is over. And regardless of what I say or do, I'm pretty sure she'll be pissed. But yeah, tonight was my last night at Thundersnake. Yeah, Kichi Joji would definitely be um, home to quite a few bands, and Hades is one of the bands that is home. Yes, there's quite a few people on their way home from Thundersnake. Oh yeah, so the Stereo Gang, it was really headed by them for the release of their new single, Wild Side. It's an EP. No, no, it's not an EP, it's a single. But there are 3 songs on it. I did get to interview them. Again, they're quite young, quite fresh, but their stage performance was great. I think I had mentioned before that I had seen a live footage of them, 3 songs, through Team Thrash, which I think some of you may know. Yeah, I think it was a pretty good turnout. Didn't count the numbers. You could, I'll probably ask Richard Hogan later, but it was a fair number. I mean, they were definitely. I don't know if they came all the way from Kochi, maybe, but they had I think 3 shows back to back to back, and tonight was their last. I'm not sure if they're going back to Kochi after this, but they will be back next month to Tokyo. So yeah, it was a really fun show. Uh, like all the bands there, it was really like old school rock. Um, like no Yeah, no hint of metal unless you include hair metal, which I guess does count, right? Hair metal is metal back in the day, even though it was a lot more poppy and glam. Um, Thanks to Venus, who I saw perform as well. So let's see, the four bands were the Stereogang, Venus, Sala, and Whiskey Dust. For those who have been watching these live streams, you know that usually when I come back from Kanagawa and I see Whiskey Dust, I also see Sara. The reason for that being is that Sara's solo band is much more classic rock. The guys that she plays with, that's their genre, their generation, and so that's what they play really, really well. So Watanabe-san is a huge lover of that genre. And so, I mean, he's the one who put Whiskey Dust together. And if you know Whiskey Dust sound, then you kind of understand like what he likes, what he wants. Which is why Sara is in there pretty much every time. Um, I've been to one show at Thundersnake, another one at Shin Yokohama Lit, and then this is, man, is it more? No, I think this is my third time with Whiskey Dust and Sara through Watanabe-san. And yeah, it's great. It's great. It's just nice. It's really nice. I love the throwback. I love the mood, the vibe, the sounds, the tones, just the feel of it. Um, yeah, it's always good stuff. Hold on one second. Please don't hate on me for doing this. Um, I ate before I left for the venue, and then with these last couple of nights, I've only been able to eat like kombini food. So I'm representing Korea with 볶음면, 신라면 볶음면. I'm not sure what else it says. 病みつきになる辛さ、美味しいです. I'm gonna pour out the water, mix it up, and I'll come right back. While I do so, please feel free to chat, have a conversation, call your mother so she's not upset at you. And yes, SJ, I will call her probably in the morning. But again, regardless of when I call her and what I say, she'll be upset. And with that, I shall return. Ta-da! I'm back. So, yeah. What's going on, Walter? So yeah, such a fun show. Again, just the throwback of it all, and great bands, and just Stereogang. Like I said, I was expecting to really enjoy their live performance, even more than what I heard on their album. Because I feel like unfortunately the album doesn't fully translate, which happens a lot because it's not easy, and I've never engineered, mixed and mastered an album to really capture like the sound I wanted. Even though I did work on stuff when I was younger, but it's hard to capture that kind of energy, right? That kind of power. And I think the same goes even for Hades. Like, I was talking with Richard Hogan um, last night, today, and he was just like, yeah, I mean, the album just how do you relay that information? How do you translate that kind of power and energy and just combustibility, that kind of chemical reaction? So, but anyhow, so yeah, Stereogang, awesome job. Love the performance. Um, they're like right out of university. Not even right out of university. I think they just, I didn't really ask about that. Maybe next time. But, they're like 21, 22, within that range. So a young band. Um, but the only thing that I can say, as I say with other bands, is that in order to get the full impact and the honest um, experience of the Stereogang is to see them live. Great stuff. And it was so great because the song that I had heard that really hooked me was a song called Firebeam. And where did I put that? Darn it, I get these albums and I don't know where I put them. Okay, it should be in here. Somewhere. There we go. So the Stereogang. And I asked them to sign it. And normally they would have signed it on the front with a silver selfie, a silver Sharpie. But it like broke and like popped open in Miyu's hand. Miyu is the lead singer and the composer of the songs. Um, great singer, great energy on stage. And so because it broke all over her hand, they ended up writing and signing it on the back. But yeah, so the last track is called Firebeam. And when I had seen it from the video, again on Team A Thrash, which I encourage you guys to check out, I was like, oh man, this is really good. Kind of like a throwback to like Motley Crue, Great White, Kicks. So bands that were sort of in the hair metal area, but with that blues tinge to it. And it turned out that one of their major influences is Motley Crue. Not surprising. So yeah, so they played it tonight as their last track or their last song on the set. I was like, ah, yes, yes. So really good stuff. Really good stuff. Yeah, and then Venus, first time seeing them, I met their manager, who is actually a really good friend to Yushi-san. Swa-san. I don't know I forgot his actual name, but his nickname is Swa. So it's like swan song, Swa-san. That's his, yeah, that's what he asked me to call him. And I actually saw him at the train station on the way back home. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's what I chose. So, I met him, Natsuo, the bassist. I had gotten her permission to take photos, as you could see here again. Just a really cool girl, and she's a great bassist. To be fair, her bass work is a lot more prominent, and you see a lot more of her technical abilities when she's with Bad Bubble. Like, Venus and the songs they play doesn't require like that kind of like technical mobility. If you guys know what glam metal, hair metal was like back in the day. So, but it was good stuff. Yeah, it's I think it was Lisa Cat and Mia Cat. They're sisters. Great guitarist, vocalist, has some great performance energy, and like she can definitely wail when she wants to. They have a support drummer because their original drummer left a couple of months ago. So I was pretty busy, so I didn't really get to talk to them too much or interact with them. But yeah, that was really cool too. They did what's that one song? Banana, is it Bananarama? I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, your desire. Right? Isn't that it? Bananarama? Those three girls back in the day. So they did like a rock version of that. And then they did a cover of Wild Side from Motley Crue, so it was really cool too. And yeah, Richard Hogan was pretty impressed with the guitarist and the drummer. Shooking Blue. What is Shooking Blue? The ones who sang that song? No, originally Bananarama, right? From like the States. Anyway, anyway, um, so Sada was up third. Um, it's almost a given. Like she will. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Ah, you learn something new every day. Goodness. Thanks to my seniors, to Rasan and Yushi-san and Kurt-san. Wow. See, this is what happens like with like successive generations. You don't realize like what's come before. And I never knew that. Holy smokes. Thanks, guys. I can die knowing that it was originally sung by Shocking Blue. um, but I was just saying, it's a given based on last night with Hades and tonight was Hara. It's almost a given. I mean, is it fair to say this? Maybe I need to see just more bands, more shows with other bands, but it's almost a given that Hades will be the most energetic band out of a show that performs. It's almost guaranteed. Doll Parts did an awesome job last night. Team I did an awesome job last night, but Hades, like, it's just again, there's that unspeakable force, that energy. Um, and the same goes with Sara, with her solo band. Like her output is just insane. Like I think she could have powered the DeLorean to send Marty McFly back to the future just just by being who she is. Like if she was able to somehow channel her energy into the flux capacitor, I guarantee it would be past 1.21. It should be gigawatts, but gigawatts, right? Because they made a mistake. So yeah, always a great performance from her. And then Whiskey Dust. I don't know. It's just even though like the type of performance and the energy is so different, it's like night and day with Hara, the way that she performs and the way that Aya from Whiskey Dust performs. But there's such power and strength and like just fullness just from Aya's vocals, and then just the way that she presents herself. Like she doesn't talk a lot, but she has a look, she has a stance, she has a pose, she has this presence that just, yeah, it's good stuff. But her, and then like on the flip side, like the yin and yang, you have Erica Van Halen, and so. But yeah, Erica's always a hoot, always a blast. She got a new guitar today. It came in, so she was playing it before the show. So it was really fun. Um, yeah, and I was fortunate enough to be able to take photos for all the bands tonight, which is great. But that also means that I have to filter through roughly 800 to 1,000 photos and like find some good ones. And it's fun. To be honest, like I do take a lot of photos because like 80-90% does turn out to be kind of crap. Um, just because trying to photograph a concert with the differences in stage height and stage depth, where people are positioned, what they're wearing, the lighting, the actual performance, the crowd, where they are. Oh, thank you so much. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Where they are. It's just any number of factors. It's like, oh man, hey, what's going on, Kevin? It's really difficult, but it's really fun. No, 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 no. Yushi-san, you are more busy than I am. I just run around a lot with a chicken, like a chicken with its head cut off, but you're much busier than I am. Um, so yeah, today was cool because after 2 months of being in Tokyo, it reaffirms that I came to Tokyo rightfully so. Ah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you guys haven't seen on my Twitter, I posted a couple of pictures of Arisa from Doll Parts, and it was I I got some pretty great shots of her. Like the lighting was just right. Um, Even me, I was just like, oh my god, this is an awesome shot. This feels like an actual, like a legitimate like rock shot. But Arisa too, like her performance, her look, it's just man, there's so many different elements, and you're just trying to mix it all like into the right ingredients to capture like something beautiful. So it's something I love about it and something I hate about it. I don't hate it. It's really frustrating. When you get the shot, you're so grateful, and when you don't and you're off just by like 5 degrees, it just kills you. Hey, what's going on, Jeff? How are you? Oh, almost 5 p.m. So you're 8 hours behind. Yeah. Um, but as I was saying, like rightfully so, like coming to Tokyo, and within 2 months of being here, I think this is my 11th show. It was my 11th show tonight in 2 months. Um, just doing stuff for MNN, like doing the interview. Yeah, Sala is a very huggy person. She's never tried to hug me, um, but she's a very like she's got a lot of love, a lot of energy, a lot of affection, and she shows it in like any number of ways. Um, but so I did my interview with Miley, Smiley Time, Smiley Walk Tours, Miley, and she actually posted her Bandmade Day of Made video. So if you go to her channel, Smiley Time after this, but I think some of you actually were there for the premiere of it. She posted that day of what went down. She actually posted some footage of me interviewing her that day, and I think she's really cool because she was really grateful. Like she was just really like, thank you for promoting, and thank you like just for, yeah, like asking people to subscribe to her channel. And I don't know how much I actually did. She has like what, 40,000 subscribers already. So what did I do? Maybe one person. So, but her gratitude really showed, and so that was cool. So I wish her the best. I guarantee she's gonna get a lot more customers from people who watch my interview with her and then that video of her as well. So you go, Miley. But so like interview work, live streams, doing photo work, and then talking with Hades about stuff that needs to be done for them. And then tonight, talking with Watanabe-san from Thundersnake, and things that he would like me to do for him and for Whiskey Dust and for things coming up as well. And I was like, oh man. Oh, and I guess the cool thing is that Richard Hogan was the only person who attended the show tonight out of all the people who had come to see Bandmate and other people. But because of that, I was able to pay all my attention to him as the visiting tourist, the foreigner, and as a friend. And he's like, hey, do you think I could get this signed? And I was like, hey, I think I could get this signed. And so it's really funny. I was basically going to, well, Sara, he actually already had stuff from her before. And she knows him pretty well now through various things, so that's fine. But he got Natsuo's pick, Bubble, Venus, and so I asked her because I know her now. I was like, "Oh, could you sign this for him?" She's like, "Yeah, sure." So she signed the pick, gave it to him, and then he's like, "Oh, what about Venus?" I was like, "Oh, let me ask." I was like, so they signed to CD, and then Whiskey Dust. Oh, Whiskey Dust. Let me ask. And then Watanabe-san's, oh yeah, oh, sure. So Erica and I assigned his CD. And then for the Stereogang, I asked them, oh, would you mind signing like my friend's CDs? They're like, yeah, sure. So, but in return, Richard did end up buying a CD for me because I don't have the Stereogang CD, which I do now, thanks to Richard. So thank you for that. Um, so yeah, it's weird, you know, the fact that I've talked to these bands and I'm close enough with some of them to ask for favors and arm wrestle Kotaro, the drummer from Doll Parts last night. Watanabe-san offering me a beer, cracking it open, doing a kanpai with Aya and Erica and with Watanabe-san, and it's really it's really funny. It's really funny. Like, yeah, I somehow fell into this, and I only wish I was just doing this kind of work so I could focus on it and do even more and better stuff. So I've just been this is like the live stream that I did with Panda Express. I said I would eat and talk, and I just talked the whole time. Oh, Hades with subscriptions. Yeah, sorry, I didn't quite catch the question, but my interactions with Hades and promotional stuff and things here and there have definitely helped them and gained them a lot more attention from overseas. So, yeah, I mean, so grateful for that, and so grateful for all of you guys for actually listening. Oh, very cool. What did he say? I didn't get a chance to check that out. Check that out. What did he say about me? Did he say I was short? Hmm. Is it bad me eating in front of you guys? Oh, I didn't realize this was extra hot. It's like hot ones in front of you guys. He met a really cool guy, Peter. How do you know it was me though? Maybe it was another cool guy named Peter. Oh, that's awesome. I try. This is genuinely hot. Oh, crap. Got it. Thank you. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Can someone explain to him? I'm gonna be right back. I can't believe I'm doing this in front of a live audience. And I just saw Saturday Night Live did a spoof on Hot Ones with Beyonce, with fake Beyonce. And it was hilarious. And Madre de Dios. I wasn't expecting that. Now I feel like I'm Doc Brown talking to Marty McFly. Great Scott. Great Scott, Marty. Heavy. There's that word again. Is there a problem with the gravitational pull? Holy. Oh. Okay. That's taking a break. Thankfully, I also got tuna and egg sandwich. Oh. So, yeah, as I was saying, wait till they get a load of me. No, that was terrible. I really feel like I rightfully moved to Tokyo. I am finally, you guys can celebrate and congratulate. I am finally getting my first paycheck after 7 months. um, Thanks to our YouTube channel, Patreon, and everybody out there, SJ and is one of the biggest ones, but thanks to everybody out there who really helped support me. Like, you've helped an old man like fulfill his dream. And I'll say this, let me say this. No matter how big or not big M&N and my career here in Japan becomes, I'm here and I'm doing what I wanted to do, like what I really genuinely wanted to do. And it's the first time in my life in a very long time. And I'm seeing the impact it's making, the difference it's making. Like the Stereogang seemed so happy that I was interviewing, and like the people that are with them, I don't know if they're family members or just or what, but yeah, even Arisa last night after I came back home, like we were messaging each other. We message each other. Arisa from Doll Parts. I, showed her the couple of photos that I had taken. She's like, "Oh, these are such awesome photos. Like you really have to come back again, and I would love for you to like shoot, our show more." I was like, "Oh, that would be awesome." So yeah, like I mean, doing things for Hades, Doll Parts is asking me, Watanabe-san, Whiskey Dust, they're asking me to help out. It's like it's insane and it's incredible and it's so damn fulfilling. Um, and I really hate the fact that I have to wake up in about 8 hours, and then go to my actual job, because what I'm doing, it's work, but it's not my job. So yes, Arisa, I actually discussed this with someone, I think with Richard Hogan, that she is very photogenic. Kanpai. Um, so, man, thank you guys. Thanks to everyone out there who believes not in me, but believes in, I guess, in what I'm doing, who believes in the need for more good, amazing Japanese musicians and artists and music to get out there to the world. And I just really hope you guys know that you have done a lot, not just for the channel, but for these bands, just by supporting what we're doing. And so I can't tell you like what that means for them, for me, for Eminem, for our channel. And we just got to keep pushing, look to see for more, bigger, better results, more success, fame. I honestly, I don't need the fame. But if I can help propel these bands to more fame, I mean, hell. Hell yeah, tuna sandwich from Family Mart, Lawson's? Where are you from? Where did I go? Oh, Lawson's. Yeah, Lawson's. Oh, you are welcome, man. Yeah, you are welcome. Thank you for listening. There was a guy last night named Chris from Jersey. And he was saying, yeah, like, you posted about the show, and anybody who wants to come after the Bandmate show, come out. And I was like, holy shit, that's so awesome. And as much as I think SJ and I push for a lot of different things, I think we both get really shocked. I think we both really get surprised at just, when things actually happen. Yeah, this helps. The white bread, the tuna, the mayo. Oh, I think now I can maybe take one more bite. Yeah, it was just kind of funny today. Um, oh, and then I was helping translate a little bit for Stereogang, and this one guy that came from the UK. Because I was standing elsewhere. I know, right? It's like one of the most rewarding things. The big plan is to get some bands over to the States who just wouldn't be able to. So we won't go too much into it again, but I'm throwing it out there. I would love to see Hades in the States. I would love to see Whiskey Dust. I think you guys would love them. I mean, any number of bands, right? But we have to take it one step at a time, and probably one band at a time. Um, so yeah, um, we got to start heading into the big leagues, and I think I need to start trying to make my connections with people overseas as well as here, and then link the two so that things can actually happen. Yes. John had asked me if I could introduce him to Hades as well as Doll Parts. So I said, well, yeah, I mean, I do know them. I do know them. So sure, why not? So yeah, I guess at some point he may post some material about what happened. I don't know if he talked about it on his live stream, but yeah. There's just so many YouTubers these days, aren't there? There's just so many people. Like, how do you guys have the time to like follow us and Ryan, Dichotic, prior, before Gaijin guys, John, Miley? Like, don't you guys work? Some of you? Uh, I'm gonna try, and I have my sandwich, so kanpai. Mm. Mm. It's better. I was more prepared for it. Oh man, that first. Yeah. So, like, right now, own my own business and work from home. Oh, that's cool. Good for you, man. I would love to just work from home and, you know, shoot photos and edit videos. I don't want to translate. I don't think I ever want to translate, but I just have to go see these bands and yeah, that can be difficult. I would imagine. Like, I've never been one to really watch videos like on discovering Japan. It's always been like language. I think that's one of the reasons why I got better at Japanese is that I watched a lot of videos on just learning the Japanese language. So like Misa Amo and Japanese Pod 101, like a few different channels. Like all I did was study. I didn't really care about what was happening in Japan so much as me just, um and then I'm really into like there's a handful of reactors for movies or for TV shows. And it actually started probably with like Marvel TV shows like WandaVision, Loki, and then um, you know, yeah, Marvel movies and stuff. So yeah, but mm, don't get me wrong though. I'm grateful you guys find the time to watch and follow. Like that's really cool, and it really encourages us, and it makes us want to put out more content, better content. Yeah. So thank you. 아리가또. 감사합니다. Grazie. You missed the best part. Ah. Ah. So I appreciate that. Thanks, Michael. But so I'm doing this live stream through my phone. I always do it through my phone. It's just easier that way. And then I'm looking I'll share this story so you know how stupid I can be. I'm hungry. I ate like at 2 o'clock or like at 1 o'clock. So I had a laptop, and then at my old place back in Hyogo, I would take a bath and bring my laptop in and just put it on the side and watch a movie or something and relax when I was taking a bath every once in a while. And then stupid me accidentally turned the knob the other way for the water, and rather than the water coming out of the faucet area, it came out of the shower head and it shot right onto my laptop, and it fritzed out my screen completely. So I actually don't have a screen. It's just connected through HDMI to my TV. Um, so anyway, having said that, so that's why this is kind of easier just to deal with. I found workarounds, but so I'm looking at my TV slash, computer monitor screen, and I see like all the thumbnails. Like I'm actually looking at our channel page. I see me and Whiskey Dust. I see me with Doll Parts and Wasada. I see me with, all the Bandmate fans. John is there, Miley is there. Um, some of you guys are there. I see, a thumbnail with me and Miley, and then there's a shot with like She-Glapes and Majesty the Saga. There's the Incubus show. There's me with Nekomeshi 222, and it's I don't know, man. Like it's kind of bewildering that all this stuff is happening, and really like I again I'm just grateful that SJ and I decided to try out this channel. I think we were both um oh yeah, yeah, no problem at all. I don't know if I'll still be here because I do have to sleep, but maybe. But yeah, just I mean, the fact that we got so much support from the get-go, and of course initially it was just primarily Bandmate fans, but obviously within the Bandmate fandom, a lot of people were interested in other bands too. And so when we started to branch out, like we weren't really quite sure where this was gonna go and how it was gonna happen, and Yeah, just again, a lot of gratitude um, and surprise at all this happening. And I just really wish SJ was here with me, you know? SJ, いつ来日しますか？いつ日本に来ますか？会いたい SJ. Yeah, so it'd be good. I mean, but what is SJ going to be a cop here? There is Mother's Day in Japan. It is Mother's Day in Japan. But my mother is not here in Japan, so I do need to contact her um, at some point before the day is over, or she'll be more upset with me than she already is from stuff. Yeah. Um. Yeah. But anyway, that was my weekend. Um. Bandmade. Um. Doll Parts Hades Team Aya at Shibuya Cyclone last night, and then it would have been nice if there were more people who had come from overseas to tonight's show. Um, where did you all go? Um, all those people um, who were there last night. It really would have been awesome if you guys had gotten to experience like Whiskey Dust and the other bands and Sala and like Stereogang, Venus. So next week, um, next week is actually, I think I told you, right? Like, I'm free to attend any Hades or Sara show, due to all the work that I've done for them and that I continue to do. So next week, it is Hades again. They'll be playing at a place called Shinjuku Science Club. I think it's Science Club. And I think there's like 9 bands. I think it's like just a girl band thing, but I haven't had the time to look it over. I'll have to do that and review like what's actually happening. So next um they've been pretty busy recently. Yeah, they've been pretty busy. Um so next week is at Science Club, and then the week after that is Yuri's birthday bash at Live Crescendo. And we did try to film a promo for it, which will go up at some point during this week, I'm hoping, if I can just edit it quickly enough and get things translated and put things together. Um, it was difficult trying to record, but it was really fun. So I'll let you guys see some of that at some point too. But yeah, so next week is not next week. Next week, Shinjuku Science Club. The week after that, May 26th. That's Sunday. At Lifehouse Crescendo, it will be live streamed, and so I totally encourage you guys to get tickets for the live stream or get tickets to fly over to Japan if you've got the money and the time. Uh, yeah, there'll be quite a few bands. Yuri will be playing for 3 of them. She'll be playing with Shoujo S, Maximum, the Yurimon, and then, of course, with Hades. Um, it's gonna be a good time. I I think I don't have to take photos. I think they actually have another photographer for the show. So I might just try to enjoy myself, or I might try to take some photos. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Thanks, man. J Music Fan. Can I ask what your real name is? Is that okay? Or at least some pseudonym other than J Music Fan? I'm assuming it's not Judo music fan or just Justin Bieber music fan or Rodney. Okay, cool. Have we interacted? Are you Rodney Price? Are you on Twitter? I feel like there's a Rodney Price I interact with every now and then, or that. Anyway, um, yeah. So, oh, okay, awesome, awesome, got it, cool. Okay, stay in contact with me, Jeff. Yeah, stay in contact with me, and I'll fill you in on info. Unfortunately, I found out that Hades will also be doing another show that just came up for June 8th at Rennie Alpha. And it's a venue that I've wanted to go to. I really like the way it looks. Um, but Saiseiga has a one man that day, and I will be attending that show. So I can't really complain. I mean, I'm getting Saiseiga, but yeah, man. I think you really find out which band you love when you have like bands playing on the same day, and you're like, okay, this one. um, Between Sega and Hades, I don't. I just have so much affection for Hades for those girls. If I could clone myself, then what would I do? If you could clone yourselves, people, what would you? Oh, I think some of the top female vocalist front women who, and they each have their own like area of expertise and their own form of expression. But Sara, I would say in terms of just like pure like raw energy and like enthusiasm, oof. It's like between her and Mother Yanagi from Toranoko Rami, whom I haven't really interacted with lately or like even talked about lately, or like I still see their tweets, but um she's pretty wild too. She gets wild. But Sara is a I can't really start talk. This would be a whole another live stream. And then Regan is just so powerful. She's so damn powerful, even though she's really petite. Um, like those vocals, just her presence, her look, the way she just like stares at you. Um, yeah, but she's up there. Psyche from Bandmate has her own style. I mean, but again, this could go into a whole different conversation. Um, yeah, yeah. So Sara versus Regan. Well, even like between Sara and Arisa, like Arisa is I think more of the seductress from Doll Parts, and she's much more into like that pure like old, not old school because it's more like post grunge rock, but playing the guitar, like the whole Courtney Love thing, like just throwing herself like into the moment. Um, and then what have you guys done to me? So she's a pretty powerful performer too in her own rights. And it's just phenomenal. Like, yeah, there's just too many bands, too many amazing like musicians and performers. Um, and I've had the fortune of, yeah, like really interacting with a lot of them. When it comes to a fist fight, I'm gonna say it's Hara. She has the height advantage. She really works hard to stay healthy, and I think even though outwardly, Regan shows off this really like sort of scary sort of presence and like a lot of attitude. I think she's like a genuine sweetheart. And I feel like Sara, even though she's like such a sweetheart and so just like helpful and kind and like generous, she's like a legit tough gal. Like, uh, yeah. Not that she's like come at me, but I can see like little things here and there. Neck has done really well. Yeah, she does, and she does have a motorcycle, and she has a leather jacket. Um, yeah, she's like a legit, like, she can live on an island. Sada will live on an island, and then at the end of it, she'll have monkeys following her. She'll have like dolphins, getting fish for her. Yeah. Yes, Regan is much more of a pure artist. Like, there's a little bit more. That sounds bad, but there's a certain depth and purity to her artistry. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah, she's much more of an artist's performer, whereas Sada's much more of an entertainer, and like she is out to give everyone like the best time she can. She'll give everything she has. So I mentioned last night when she was done with the Hades set, she went back to the dressing room, and then I went in there, and she was just like, she was just like, she was just breathing and like just trying to just decompress. And yeah. But I don't know. I mean, everybody, not just the front women, but all the girls from Hades are amazing in their own way. They're all special, and they're all fun. They're all sweet. They're all cute. They're just fantastic people, and I'm just lucky enough to be friends with them. Mm. And I don't think I'll ever stop sort of singing their praises. Um, and it's the same way that I think I was prior with Bandmate, and that's not gone. It's not as if I've suddenly like, oh, Bandmate isn't as good or isn't as special or isn't as cool. There are just others out there who are as special and as cool. No, yeah. So Bandmate hasn't been diminished. I've just discovered other bands and other people who are just as like. That was Yuri. Yuri. And that is forever stuck in my head. And considering where it's gotten me, I don't think, had I not interviewed Hades first and built a relationship with them, I legit wouldn't have, I think, thought about even moving to Tokyo. And it's because of Hades and my first two interviews were Hades, and then it was Sada, right? And then because of Sada, you're right. Yeah. So Bandmate is sort of like, I'm still a fan. But with these other bands, I'm not a fan. I am a fan, but I'm more than that. So, but had I not interviewed Hades and Sada, and had they not been under blacklisted, and then I wouldn't have interacted with Yushi-san, who's been incredibly helpful as well in so many ways. And so that combination of Hades, of Sada, of Blacklisted Records, Yushi-san, and then he's the one who recommended me listening to She-Glapes. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is really cool stuff. Interacting with them. And then building relationship with them. So it really is destiny. And that destiny began, last year, March 12th. You remember stuff, don't you? Yes, Cat's Hole with Bright Ear. I mean, if you want to go way, way far back, then we can talk about Baby Metal when I was in Korea, Scandal when I was in Korea, Stereo Pony when I was in Korea. Um, but you know, it was really coming here. Um, and then I mean, you know, there's always like a prior step. There's a previous chapter to like to how things have come out, but um, it's just it's really been just an incredible journey. Yeah, you know what's really I have a coworker. I have this coworker and my new coworker, and she actually says that to me all the time because she's like, "So what did you do this weekend?" I was like, "Oh, I went to the show," and then she's like, yeah, live your best life, live your best life." And then I took Friday off for the bandmate show. "Oh, so where are you going?" I'm like, "Oh, I have this concert to go to." Yeah, there's Peter living his best life. Oh, that's awesome to hear. Yeah, and again, like I wouldn't have known about She Glapes if I had not interacted and had Yushi-san not interacted with me on Twitter. And he wouldn't have done that had I not interviewed Sara and Hades. And that would have happened had I not seen that video, that fateful day last year. So it's there's a miracle quality to this. There's really is sort of a destiny, fate quality to this that I legitimately feel such a part of. Even me finding Bandmate Fans Cafe, finding people as awesome as the admins in Bandmate Fans Cafe. The fact that SJ and I just kind of we worked well together when we first did our first like janky like on the street videos with like fans for the Belasco show. I mean, there's any number of things that I can talk about, but there's just something really special that surrounds all of this, and I'm just grateful. I'm an incredibly, incredibly grateful man, and I feel it and I experience it daily. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I actually have your picture plastered on my wall, and you're the last thing I see before I sleep, and the first thing I see when I wake up, Banana Man. Yeah. And yeah, the community that we've built, you know, like Russ and Jake with the foxhole. We could do that. Could do that. Definitely. Um, I think we have talked about maybe getting Nitpick. Um, because her and Destiny are like buddies. They're like princess buddies, and she's helped. Um, yeah, she's like Destiny has helped Nitpick a lot with her bandmate journey, and Nitpick has definitely garnered a lot of fans and subscribers through her reactions of bandmate and other places too. So yeah, it's just this weird like intertwined web of just love and sharing and caring and supporting and encouraging and um I think so. I think somebody had mentioned it. How long have I been into J rock and J metal? J metal is a bit more recent for me. Um, so like the first few bands that I can remember, like coming to Japan, it was Bandmade, it was Aldius, it was the Winking Owl. Some of you guys probably don't know the Winking Owl. They broke up a few years ago, but it has some good stuff. A little bit more poppy, melodically, but there's sort of a Paramore feel. Um, check them out. The Winking Owl, like winking and owl. Whoo whoo, good stuff. Who else was there? Brightier. I could not stop listening to Ignite. I adore that song. And strangely, well, not strangely, I was so into Bandmate at that time. I didn't really venture out to like listen to other albums or songs from bands. If I found a song, I liked it, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." But yeah, right? They were. It was a shame they broke up. And I would feel that way about Teleside as well. But the fact that Brightier got Natsumi, and I love Natsumi in Brightier, I think she's just so funny and so precious and such an awesome drummer. And and you know, like Teleside and Brightier are so different. Um, I really like Exposure Emotions. Like that album, I feel is, well, no, I think Brighter as a whole has sort of slipped under the radar. But I'm really hoping with the release of their new album at the end of June, like I'm hoping they created something really awesome and something that people will really sort of latch onto. Because I, yeah, Brighter has Brighter for some reason has got a place in my heart too. They're just a band that I've always appreciated for various reasons. Yeah. If you ask Russ, Headphones President. Headphones President. That's a band he will always bring up. I still remember that from our interview last year. Um, gosh, man, yeah, we can really just keep on talking about all this stuff. Oh, really? Interesting. But what Natsumi would end up doing both bands? How would that work? Yeah. Yeah, she had a great voice for Winking Owl. I forgot her name, but I know she's half. So, but yeah, it was good stuff. Good stuff. um, I actually don't know. I don't follow them on Twitter. Brighter covers. Okay. Yeah, see, it's strange. You would think that for someone who loves music as much as I do, that I would like follow a lot of like music reactors and like music related like YouTube channels, but I don't know. I just like laughing and crying with people watching like Endgame. mm, yeah. Yeah, she was. She was really cute. She was really cute. Mm. If you guys have time after this, just go on YouTube, check out The Winking Owl. Um, gosh, what songs did I really like from them? I'm a big like minor. I'm a big minor. I guess some people would call me a big minor, a big little kid. um, let me just find it really quickly. Bruce Lee. Bruce. Oh, that was a good song, but okay, I'll tell you. Give me just one moment. Winking, winking, winking. I really liked, so their album called Blooming which was released in 2016. I thought it was a really good album. Some songs sound a little bit too similar, but I really like track 4 and 5, Empty in the Crowd, and then the song called Lust. But as a whole, I think that's a really great album. So my recommendation is to check out Blooming from The Winking Owl. Not Bandmate Blooming, but Blooming, The Winking Owl. And then my other recommendation is check out Team Thrash, the Stereogang, and watch their live stuff. I think it's better. Yeah, it'd be a great name for a bar. Um, I think their live stuff, it just captures better what they are and what they can do. I think there's only one video of that, but they were there today again, Team of Thrash, and they were recording. They recorded for, I think, the first 3 bands, all bands except for Whiskey Dust. But yeah, so for Sala, for Venus, and for the Stereogang. Those are my 2 recommendations before I go. And other than that, The Tears Turn to Rainbow is my favorite. Do I? See, Into Another World. I don't think I've ever heard that one. Yeah. The Tears Turn into. Yeah, I have the Try single, Into Another World. Maybe it was before Blooming. A little bit. But, again, this was released 2016. Conqueror was 2019. So, Bandmate, what are you doing? The first time a Japanese girl was saying no like this, I was like, what is she doing? Is she like swatting away a fly? Just a tip. When you see someone doing this, they're saying no. Unless you already knew that and it was a given. Because for me, I had never seen someone say no like this. I love Just Bring It. I think Just Bring It has some of my favorite tracks on it. Like, I think World Domination overall has a more consistently strong set of songs. But the songs that, like, I love, Just Bring It has more of those. So, yeah. Just Bring It, Unseen World Conqueror. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then I guess you guys can't see it. But as I did mention, I don't know if her CD or her music is available online. But as I mentioned, Aya, she is a bassist. Last night when she performed at Shibuya Cyclone, she had 3 support musicians, like bass, drums, and guitar, and she was just singing. But yeah, so I still have to listen to this. I will at some point when I can. So that's that. And then here's my nice checky with Arisa, which it's funny. She basically just said, "Oh, here you go, Peter," and I'm like, "Wait, don't I have to pay?" She's like, "Oh yeah." So I guess I could have had this checky for free. And I did take photos for her, right? So I think I wouldn't have felt that bad. But, still, you generally pay for these checkies, so. So yeah, check out Doll Parts stuff if you haven't. Check out Aya's stuff if you haven't. check out Hades stuff if you haven't, and if you haven't, why haven't you? I mean, if you've been following our channel for this long, um, she should be paying me, right? Dang it. That's what I should start doing. I should start doing checkies for with people. MNN checkies with Peter and SJ. So SJ, find people in California who want to take checkies with you, and then I'll find people who want to take checkies with me. And then we have extra income. And then we can pay for more of my sandwiches from the kombinis. Sounds good, right? You guys are way too kind. What are you talking about? You guys are ridiculous. But thank you so much. Um, okay, I really should get going. It's 1:45 a.m. Um, that's very cool. Thank you, David. You are very supportive and encouraging, so I really appreciate that a lot. This is what would happen if I offered checkies to people who came and visited Japan. I would be like the male bands that play at a mostly all girl band like festival show, because it doesn't matter who that male band is or how awesome they are or how much they just rock everybody's world on stage. When it's time for merch at the end of the show, buppan, which is like merch time, like selling of goods, all the girls are like, yeah, here you go, picture, picture, picture. And the guys are just standing there. They're just watching. the guys, the guy bands are just watching what's happening around them. It's really sad. Like on the one hand, it's humorous in that like it's such an extreme like difference, but Banana Man, you gotta stop, man. You gotta stop that. um, yeah. That's just how it is, because the majority of people who listen to this kind of music do end up being generally speaking, like older male fans. Um, yeah, so even last night, it was predominantly male fans. There were a few female fans, and I think those female fans or friends were there for doll parts. Um, but it was great because after the show was over, like there was actually a pretty decent line for Hades merch, and like from what I've seen prior, they sold definitely more stuff than they usually do. Like, yeah, I mean, just CDs, t-shirts, towels, whatever. So that was really cool. So come on over, guys. Come on over. We can all use your support. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for having been with me up to this point. My ears are still ringing. Um, Thankfully, my tongue has calmed down completely, and I've adjusted back to the spice. I'm gonna eat and wash up, get some rest, wake up and be really sad and cry in bed before I get up to walk my dog and then get ready for work. So, yeah, man, thank you guys so much. As always, like, why you joined me, I don't know, but I thank you. And I'm really glad that you're on this journey with me. And really hoping that all these bands that I interact with will get a bigger stage. Um, yeah, thank you guys. We'll get a bigger stage at some point. Um, but you know, it's weird because I think some people are just used to working their usual like weekday job and doing this as a side gig, like having their band. Um, but for those people and those artists who want to make this a full-time career and to really succeed and do more and tour more and go beyond the borders of Japan. Like, I don't know, like even it's like what is it? Even if you save that one starfish like on the beaches, it's still that one. Um, it's hard to say, Mike, because there are about 5 other videos that need to go out before. There might be just a small snippet or excerpt, and maybe that's what I need to do is just like start throwing out little excerpts real quickly to let people know that I haven't forgotten them. Mm, yeah, I do apologize. I mean, on some levels, I don't need to apologize because I moved and it's been really tough and there's a lot that's been happening. But on the other, these people kind of entrusted these interviews with me and agreed to interview with me in the belief and hope that it would help promote their bands. So thank you for reminding me and saddening me knowing that I have all this stuff that I have be just like piled up. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, guys. Things will come out. Oh, last reminder, in 2 weeks, Yuri's birthday, May 26th, Lifehouse Crescendo. Um, yeah, they do have a show. So you can go to their official website. You can go on Twitter, X, and just go and look for Yuri's birthday promo poster. The link is there, and there will be a promo video as well that will go up regarding that with me and the girls. So stay tuned for that, and you don't have to wait for it to sign up for the live stream. There is a 2 week archive, and yeah, so you can take your time watching it, and it'll be good. That's all I can say. All right, see you next week. I will be back next week, and you'll have at least one video put up this week for Eminem. So yeah, cool, 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 cool. Yeah, awesome. And if you guys do relay messages to me somehow through Twitter, yeah, generally Twitter, or maybe Facebook, or if we're like friends and stuff, then you can relay information to me, and I can relay it to people at the show, to Yuri, to Hades, because they will respond. Yeah, it has happened before. So, yeah, the Hades ladies are extremely gracious and kind. So, okay, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Yushi-san, get some rest. You need to sleep as much as I do. Russ, everyone else, SJ, I love you, man. One day, Japan. いつか日本にね、ね. Take care, guys. Bye.